I'm Susan Choi, and you are watching 𝗂𝗏𝘁 Spotlight. In this episode, we are highlighting Food Export Midwest and Northeast, a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering U.S.-based businesses to sell their products overseas. Joining me now to talk more about the intricacies of American exporting is 𝗏𝗏𝘁, International Marketing Program Manager for Food Export. Ben, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, Ben, why don't you tell us what exactly is Food Export and more about your role?
Yeah, absolutely. Food Export are two nonprofit trade associations who work really hard to provide resources and opportunities for small and medium-sized food and agribusinesses in the Midwest and Northeast with export opportunities. That's education, opportunities to network, meet one-on-one, and then we also have a program that helps reimburse expenses for marketing and promotions overseas.
So what makes Food Export an essential resource when it comes to helping companies expand their sales capabilities overseas?
Yeah, that's a great question. Food Export works with a number of in-market representatives who are our eyes and ears on the ground in a number of foreign markets. They're meeting with trade, they're understanding the landscape of those markets, and they're relaying that information back to Food Export and through us to the small and medium-sized companies that we work with.
Now, Ben, it is certainly a challenging time for business, especially the food industry. We are in a challenging economic landscape right now. So given that, what would you say are some really top of mind things that businesses should, think about when it comes to, exporting their goods overseas, if they have those, if they have those sales capabilities?
There's always going to be challenges in foreign markets with exports. I think, coming up with a strategic plan for your exports and being flexible are pretty much the top things that I can recommend. There's opportunity when one door shuts, another door opens. So keeping yourself on your toes and looking at other opportunities that may present themselves in other markets. Food Export does a really good job of providing, market research. We can assist, helping to identify markets, educate you about those markets, and help you meet buyers from those markets.
And with the incoming of summer, is the Specialty Food Association's Summer Fancy Foods Show, of which I know Food Export will have a presence there. But you are also putting on your special event, the Buyer's Mission. Can you tell us more about that?
Food Export partners with the Specialty Food Association to do an annual specialty food buyer's mission at the Summer Fancy Food Show. During this mission, Food Export sponsors international buyers to travel to New York to visit the show, but also to have private one-on-one meetings with small and medium-sized companies from the Midwest and Northeast to see what business relationships there could potentially be, maybe even spark some business relationships. And it's a great event. We're very excited, happy to be partnered with the Specialty Food Association, who assist us in making that happen.
So with events like appearances at trade shows and also events like the Buyer's Mission, Ben, can you tell us what are the benefits of having buyers and suppliers meet in person? How does that strengthen the long-term relationship between those two entities?
Doing this for a number of years, the one thing that stands out to me with a lot of exports is building relationships. And this is, the first chance a supplier might have to meet a buyer from, let's say, Canada, Australia, and they have a chance to present their company, show it in a positive light, and build a relationship with an importer. A lot of it comes to the follow-up, and those initial conversations are very important to get the ball rolling, to understand what you might need to know about exporting to a specific market you may have not exported before. So it's really, really, really important to find a good partner in a foreign market.
All right, International Marketing Program Manager for Food Export, 𝗏𝗏𝘁. Ben, thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you again.
And that wraps up this episode of 𝗂𝗏𝘁 Spotlight. I'm your host, Susan Choi. Don't forget, you can check out more of the great content we've done by clicking on this playlist. Till next time, take care.